It's yeah.
And so we have to understand that
Why am I connected to the internet? Yeah.
Shalom, shalom, Israel family.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. What's going on?
This Isaac, Israelite Saints, all about Christ, coming to you again, broadcasting live from another Throwdown Thursday.
That's
I'm
right.
Akshakar from the nation of Israel, tribe of Judah.
I'm Prince Tim from the Nation of Israel, Tribe of Judah.
That's right, that's right.
And we're coming at you today with a part 2 of the end.
That's
the big
right.
boom, end time prophecy.
This is the end.
Get them out.
As you see all over the globe, it's a lot of chaos, order and chaos going on. And the Most High is throwing down this wicked kingdom.
Con.
And we have to understand this kingdom is coming to an end. Your grocery stores, the way of life, it's all changing right before your eyes.
Con, King. And on top of that, food. If anybody been paying attention to what's going on, the prices of food, right? It's called inflation with the economy. The prices of food, gasoline, clothing, it's just going all the way up. It's keep going up. It's rising.
That's right.
It's constantly inclining. And the dollar is definitely diminishing. Yep.
Man.
And on top of that, the reason why, because war is on the horizon.
That's right.
That's why. War is on the horizon. When something like that, when war is on the horizon, that nation is gonna have to deplete all of its resources and put them into the military.
That's right.
They gotta do all when you research World War One, Two, the Cold War, Vietnam, all of these things. These wars take money and resources. So you have to reserve extra resources for that,
Right.
for your soldiers to go over and fight in the war. So what that's gonna do? That's gonna cause inflation. That's gonna cause prices to rise up. Food is gonna be more expensive. Light bill, if anybody
Exactly.
been here, surprisingly high. This month and the last month and the month after that.
Con.
People light bills is $1,500. Mine especially was high. Definitely unusually higher than it's supposed to be.
I seen mine go from 100. I say a little shot from $200 to almost $400.
Right.
That's a $200 difference.
Yeah, mine went up to $5.
And I'm using all of the same amount of electricity that I normally use on a monthly basis.
Come,
And
me too.
it's alarming, and it's gonna catch. And this is just a small fragment of what the prophecy that the Most High has in play for the wickedness throughout this earth. And this is why the Most High is gonna throw down this wicked kingdom. And with that being said, we're gonna bring out Malachi 1 and 4.
Read that, King.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4.
Bring it out.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished.
He said, Edom said they are in what?
Impoverished. But we will return and build the desolate places.
But because at one time that Esau was brought real low, and this is when we were on top as a people, as a nation. But the Most High cast them out, and they were considered as dung. But since we, as God chosen people, we disobeyed the Most High, so we basically changed roles. Go ahead, King.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
So this is what they did, what you call now in the modern day society. This is the Renaissance period. Fast forward to 2022. Go ahead, King.
Thus said the Lord of hosts. They shall build.
They shall build what they are doing. Their skyscrapers. Their 747 jets. Their so-called NASA system. You know what I'm saying? They have risen up. But what the Most High said he's going to do?
But I will throw down.
He's going to throw what?
But I will throw down.
Go ahead, King.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
And the wicked, filthy vagabond of the earth is Esau, Edom. They are the wicked. They are going to be desolated and eradicated from off the face of this earth. Go ahead, King. Finish that out.
The people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
The indignation mean a hatred, a perpetual hatred forever. And these heathens, they deserve everything was coming to them.
Con.
They deserve everything that's coming to them. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead,
praise.
King. You got something, King? Go ahead, bro.
I think we can go to the article. And let's hit them up with this article.
Because there's a lot going on, and Russia is blatantly like coming with it, like they not bagging down.
They picnicking.
Man, I'm talking about.
They like know how the kid or the bully on the playground poking everybody with the stick, provoking you. That's what they doing right now. They're provoking. Play that video, King.
Right.
Yeah.
Sailing a great river past extraordinary landscapes into the heart of iconic cities. Journey for the curious traveler, one that many have yet to discover. Exploring with Viking brings you closer to the world, to the history, the culture, the flavors. A serene river voyage on an elegant Viking longship. Learn more at Viking.com.
Meanwhile, there's growing danger at a Russian-controlled nuclear power plant in eastern Ukraine.
Forever never changes.
Mine don't have no sound.
World leaders are urging Moscow to put an end to military action in that region and are calling for inspectors with the UN's Atomic Energy Agency to be allowed to enter the facility immediately. For more on this situation, we're bringing in Scott Roker. He's the Vice President of Nuclear Material Security with a non-profit security organization called Nuclear Threat Initiative. Scott, thanks for being with us today. You've got these world leaders calling for a demilitarized zone around this nuclear facility. What is the risk to the facility right now and to the rest of us, considering the fighting that's surrounding it?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, there's significant risks both inside that facility and outside that facility. So as has been reported, Russia has military personnel around the facility and are basically using it as a fortress to launch strikes on nearby cities and essentially daring the Ukrainians to shoot back and not hit the reactor. But also what's happening inside the reactor is also a very significant concern. They've been operating that facility under duress. The conditions are not known, but there's certainly a lot of concerns about what's happening inside that reactor as well.
Yeah, I think, when we heard about this, when we heard about these sort of bombs going back and forth, the rockets going back and forth, the feeling is we're on the verge of a Chernobyl type incident, right. A huge explosion. But the reality is there are many things that could go wrong, and it doesn't necessarily mean, an explosion of the plant. Can you give us a sense of some of the other things that are at risk here?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is actually a different type of facility than Chernobyl. So it is well protected against certain types of strikes, but it's not designed to repel a military strike. And so there is still concern that a missile could hit a reactor and cause a very serious release of radiation. But for me, the biggest thing I'm looking at is actually the spent fuel that is stored at the site in dry casks outside of those reactors. They're much more vulnerable to a hit, and if they were to be hit by some sort of armament, it could spread radiation over a wide area.
Sitting at the facility, in your view, is the most risky component of what's happening. We know that Russia reportedly is preparing to connect the plant to the Crimean power grid. How does that rank against the spent fuel sitting there, as far as what you're concerned about?
The spent fuel for me is the biggest concern, but also of concern is this idea of rerouting the electricity from the plant to Crimea. Previously, a couple of weeks ago, this plant was actually providing.
Yeah, you can stop it, King. Now, what we just saw, like Russia, they're having some technical difficulties over there.
Right.
Now, if that nuclear plant explodes, right, radiation will be everywhere. We know what that's gonna do. That's gonna affect the crops. That's gonna affect the air. People gonna get cancer. All of that. That's gonna be bad, and other countries are gonna respond accordingly. You know, because that's got the UN like, hold on, man, what are y'all doing over there?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, man, what's going on over there? You know what I'm saying? What are y'all doing this on purpose? Like, what's up with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Give me Matthew 24:5.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 5.
Read.
For many shall come in my name.
4. Start at verse 4.
Verse 4?
Yes, sir.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them.
Who's speaking?
And Yahushua answered and said unto them.
Yahushua is speaking this. Read.
Red letter. Take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed that no man deceive you. Why would he have to say this? Why? Because what? In the latter days, they came preaching a false doctrine. Caesar Borgia, read.
For many shall come in my name.
What they going to say?
Saying, I am Christ.
They're going to say what?
I am Christ.
They're going to say that they are the Christ. Read.
And shall deceive many.
We saw this in 1492 with Caesar Borgia,
That's right.
second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. And not only that, they made many images of Christ, of false Christ. And that also came with a false doctrine. Part of that doctrine is you don't have to keep the commandments of God. Took the Bible, took the book of the Most High, the book that was meant for the Israelites, and applied it to their heathen lifestyle.
Man, wicked.
Omitting a lot of the important components of it. These people, I'm telling you, read.
Verse 6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
You're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. We can see this, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Russia, I'm telling you, they're gonna kickstart this thing.
That's
read.
right.
See that ye be not troubled.
Don't be troubled by these things, saints, keepers of the commandments, commandment keepers, Israelites. Read.
For all these things must come to pass.
Because these things have to come to pass. Why? Read.
But the end is not yet.
Because the end is not going to be yet come. What must happen first?
For nation shall rise against nation.
Nation are going to rise against nation. So there's not going to be any rainbow coalition. There's not going to be any, what they call it, intersectionality. None of that is not going to be so. There's not going to be no hand holding hand. Read.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom are going to be against kingdom. Read.
And there shall be famine.
There will be what?
And there shall be famines.
There shall be famines. And what else?
And pestilences.
And pestilence.
And earthquakes.
And earthquakes. As we can see right now, what's going on with the food? The food is going up. If you've been to the store lately, right? You see, everybody sees since COVID, there's going to be empty shelves right now in Walmart. There's some stuff that ain't even came back to the shelf right now. There's some stuff ain't even came back to the shelf. Now, they will restock, but what they're going to do is they're going to jack them prices up sky high.
Right.
They're going to jack those prices up.
And Salakia, King.
Read.
And a lot of those items that we don't see, exactly like what Ken said, when they come back, the price is going to skyrocket when they do hit shelves again.
But yeah, when those prices going to skyrocket, this is going to, why? Why are they skyrocketing? Because we are in a famine. They're telling farmers not to grow. They're telling, they're holding all this stuff at the ports. They're holding back shipment. Man, I'm telling you, I drive trucks, man. And I've heard drivers who've been in the industry 20, 40 years, man, say they ain't never seen trucking this slow. They ain't never seen it this slow before. This is bad, bro. It's bad, man. I'm telling you, when trucking starts to slow down, it's a problem. Because how do you think you get all your goods to your stores? How do you think you get your produce? How do you think you get your alcohol and all these essentials that you get, that you can go to your neighborhood Walmart in Family Dollar and go buy it. How do you think you get it via trucking?
Come on, King.
The trucking, I heard it's a saying, say you stop trucks for one day, you can shut down the economy, man. You stop trucks from moving one day, you got a problem, man.
That's right. Hey, King, Salaki, King, I got a precept to go right along with it. Pull 2 Esdras 6:22. And this is what we have to understand. Like King just brought out, it's going to be a point to where there is nothing on the storage shelves. You won't be able to, women, you won't be able to get your feminine products. Men, we're going to be left at the bottom as well. You got children. There's not gonna be food for your child. We have to realize that these scriptures and these prophecies are not a void. There's no getting around this. There is no a genie. There is no magician. There is all you witches and warlocks and you sorcerers out there. You want to burn your sage? Nothing can get you out of what the Most High put you in. Especially when it's your judgment. Y'all got that, King, 2 Esdras 6:22? Bring it out. And suddenly the sown places, your Walmarts, your Kroger's, your Publix, your Sprouts, your Big Stars,
Super
your Piggly
Low.
Wigglies. You have to understand these sown places will be unsown. Go ahead, King. And the full what? Storehouses. This is where you go to your neighborhood grocery stores, even the corner stores. Yeah. Little Muhammadu, his store will be closed. The East Indian stores will be closed. The so-called Chinese Moab, their stores all will be shut down. Go ahead, King.
Huh?
I just had to bring that out, King. Go ahead.
All praise. Go back to Matthew 24, start at verse 7 again from the beginning. Verse 7.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7.
Read.
For nation shall rise against nation.
Nation shall rise against nation. Read. Against kingdom. Start right there. Give me Proverbs 11 and 21.
Let's work.
As a precept, give me Proverbs 11 and 21.
Come on.
Hold that. Just hold that in Matthews. We're going to come back. Give me Proverbs 11.
Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21.
Read.
So hand joined in hand,
So hand joined in hand, what?
the wicked shall not be unpunished.
The wicked will not be unpunished. Who is the wicked? Esau is the border of wickedness.
That's right.
Read.
But the seed of the righteous,
But what?
but the seed of the righteous
The seed of the righteous, read,
shall be delivered.
shall be delivered. So don't be afraid of what's the coming times of what we about to endure. Now go back to Matthew 24, verse 7.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7.
Read.
For nation shall rise against nation,
For nation shall rise against nation,
and kingdom against kingdom.
kingdom of America against Russia, and all of the hosts and their
Come on.
angels. They're gonna all be confederate
That's
against
right.
one another. Read.
And there shall be famine,
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. There, like the monkeypox is in a diverse place. A whole bunch of diseases are rising up out of nowhere. A lot of diseases. COVID-19.
And all these weird this weird weather that we're having over there in Iran. Did y'all see that the water sprung out of the desert?
Wow.
Where no running water, where there was no running water water just shot out like a fountain. Like made huge rivers. You guys can Google this right now and can pull this up.
That's due to, like I said, that's earthquakes and that under the earth.
Up
All
under
this
the
got
earth.
stuff to do with those tectonic plates and stuff like that. Yeah. So so a lot of that is moving underneath the earth. Like we up here we don't see. All we know is an
That's right.
earthquake.
That's
Earthquake
right.
happened up here. Something different happening down there. Stuff is moving down there. Sedimentary rock, all types of elements is moving, lava and all these types of things that's going on in the earth and a lot of digging.
Oh,
of
yeah.
That right there is
all
also
them underground
causing
cities.
stuff.
All them underground cities. They actually have underground like almost like a train underground. It's under the water. It goes from China to the UK.
So they got a real life
underground
railroad.
Literally. So Esau and his diverse places, they all gonna be destroyed. Go ahead, King.
Verse 8, give me that. All these things we just read, this is just the beginning. Read.
Man.
This is just the beginning, man. It's going to get way worse. Read. You, Israelites. The Most High just said, then Christ speaking, he's in the spirit. He said that, hey, after all this, when this stuff is going down, he said, in the midst of all of this, they're going to be delivering you up.
And that is the men and women of the Lord.
The commandment keepers said they're going to be ratting you out. They're going to be delivering you up to be persecuted, to be afflicted. Read. And they shall kill you.
And they shall do what?
Read. Who is hated by all nations for the Most High? Say these people are the law hated keepers by all nations.
That's right.
We are like, come on. This is the living word, man. We are literally hated by all nations just for being the children of God. These people hate us.
Can't get around it. Can't get around it.
Understand something? We did absolutely nothing physically to Esau to make him hate us the way that he do.
To any nation.
Nothing.
To
nation. Nobody, really. Our offense was against the Most High. These people really don't have a reason to be angry at us.
At all.
Besides the Most High putting the spirit on them to be angry. They don't really have a real reason. It ain't like we went over and raped, robbed, and murdered them. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have a real reason. But read.
And a lot of them don't even have a conscience to understand why they have a dislike. Or
they can't even explain it.
They can't even explain it.
They can't even explain it.
But that lets you know how cold the Most High is.
Read verse 10.
And then shall many be offended.
Many shall be offended.
And shall betray one another.
So there are going to be a lot of people, your brethren, a lot of people that you think is going to be your people, your brothers. They're going to be betraying you. Your own family.
Your own family.
Your mother, your sister, your brothers, your cousins. These people
That's
who
right.
you grew up with all your life. He said they're going to be betraying you. Your friend, all these. Read.
And shall hate one another.
And they're going to cause you to hate one another. You're gonna be like people are gonna be like these times like it's gonna be cutthroat. People are gonna be cutthroat.
Facebook laying out there. Are you ready to be hated? Look at yourself. Are you ready to be hated for the Most High sake? Are you ready to be hated? The Most High was hated. Everyone who walked in the shadow, in his footsteps, they were all hated. They were all persecuted. Some of them had horrible deaths. Isaiah was split in half. Are you ready to be split in half? Think about that. And it hasn't even gotten this extent yet. It hasn't even gotten this worse. So these are things are written for our for our learning. We have to build our spirit up for these times. We have to take this very serious.
Come.
Go ahead, King.
Go ahead. Okay, come on, King. Go ahead and let me see. Like the brother was saying, go
ahead, King.
Go ahead and read that, King.
Book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 10.
Read.
And then shall many be offended.
Men should be offended.
And shall betray one another.
We're going to be caused to betray one another. Read.
And shall hate one another.
Why are they going to hate one another when COVID happened? Because you don't want to take the virus or the the vaccine, the V. The CV. Let me say that. My bad. I don't want to get a cop strike. The CV. Because you don't want to take the jab.
Yeah, the jab.
Right.
That's right.
Don't you know, man? Yo, if you didn't take that jab, there's people that would have ratted you out. Yeah, some people's own parents would have ratted them out.
Oh, most definitely.
Some people that might be in the house with you might give you up because you didn't want to take that. Right. It's going to be something that's going to come in the earth that's going to be just as bad. It's going to be worse than that. Then Mark, read.
And many false prophets shall rise.
Many false prophets shall rise. Who? T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, Geno Jennings. These are false prophets, man. These said many of them shall rise. How many churches do we got? How many churches on every block in America? I mean, right now in North Memphis, right? We got man on every block in the black neighborhood is a church, man. It's a church on every block.
And if not two, if not two or three, it depends on how
right
long the
across
block
from
is.
each other.
Some exact. I'm talking about directly across the street from one another,
bro. I mean, on every block. Oh. Bro, it's a church literally on every block. The Most High said many false prophets shall rise.
1.5 mile radius, 7 churches right here.
That's crazy, bro.
You cannot make we cannot make these things up, fam.
This crazy. Read that verse 11 again.
And many false prophets shall rise.
Many false prophets shall arise and do what?
And shall deceive many.
And they're going to deceive many people. Many people are deceived. Why? Because people believe in Christmas. People believe that.
That's right, King. They do.
People believe in white Jesus, man. People believe that you can eat pork. They believe that. They believe that with their whole heart. People believe that the commandments of God are done away with.
Sweet Jesus said just pray over it.
Different. The Bible literally says different, but they believe that the commandments are done away with. Why? Because many false prophets, there are going to be many false prophets that's going to deceive many. These people are going to be deceived. Read.
And because iniquity shall abound.
Because they're going to be evil and sin that's going to abound in the earth. What's going to happen?
The love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many people are going to wax cold, which is why people are murdering one another the way that they're doing. This is why people can run up on you and carjack you, take your car and not feel nothing.
Nothing.
After doing it. They don't feel no guilt, no nothing.
And then
that's why they can make songs about smoking on the nigga they killed. That shit's dumb and
it's crazy.
Stupid.
And then in their mugshot, they smiling.
Yep.
It goes to show, man, the evil is growing. I mean, it's growing not even a day by day. It's growing every second by second, or half a millimeter a second, a tenth of a second, 0.0 of a second.
We was wicked as hell, but we had a code. It's certain shit we didn't do.
That's right.
We had lawless.
Right. I mean, it ain't even just like it gets. Each generation gets worse. Right. Each generation gets worse and worse than the last. Like it's just getting horrible right now.
And it's a cause because they are so far from the Most High that the Most High not even dealing with them to where they got nothing but wickedness on them. And majority of them don't even want to be on the right side. Majority of them, more than half of them, love to be wicked.
They love evil, man.
I mean, a strong little matter of fact, Salakia, King. Let me get 2 Thessalonians 2:11, King.
Get that.
Just real quick, King. Cause the Most High, I mean, they have to go to sleep with this on their mind being evil. You know what I'm saying? And wake up to when you wake up to literally to cash your brother out, or you know what I'm saying, backbiting, throw stones, or even rob and kill and shoot and hatred. Man, that's an evil. I mean, you laying up just meditating on wickedness. And you know what I'm saying? That's evil. But King, you got to can't read.
The book of 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 11. And for this cause, God should send them strong delusion.
And for what cause? And for the cause that they do not have passion, that they don't have the heart or the mind to give praise and glory to the Father and to the Creator of all creatures on the face of this earth. Go ahead, King.
That they shall believe a lie.
And they shall believe a lie. This is why they feel like they can walk the streets and do as they please. This is why they can have gay pride. This is how a man can dress up as a woman and you have to respect him. Or a woman dress up as a man and you have to respect for who they are, which they didn't have respect for who they were.
That's what they call it. Gender fluidity.
Whatever they subscribe to.
Man, this kingdom is wicked as hell, man. Go ahead, King.
Is finished. That's it on it?
Yeah, that's it on there, King.
Go back to Matthew 24. Start at verse 12.
The book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound.
Because iniquity, sin is going to abound, is going to reign in the earth. Read.
The love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many people shall wax cold. That's going to be a cold. You ever heard it? You ever heard somebody say, man, that's cold-blooded? That's a term. That's cold-blooded, man. Niggas ain't gonna even care no more, bro. Like, it's gonna get worse than this. It's gonna get worse than this. Verse 13. Verse 13. Let's see what you must do.
But he that shall endure,
But he till the end, read.
the same shall be saved.
So why are people in the church talking about that they saved?
Man,
why
wicked.
the pastors are talking about come and dip your head in some oil, some anointing oil, and get baptized, and you gonna be saved? The Bible just said, "He that endureth unto the end shall be saved."
Right.
How
now
are you
can
saved
go,
right
you go
now?
online about that miracle water and be saved.
No, I mean it answers itself. Oh well, right there. But like I said, the cause gonna be many false prophets that's gonna deceive men. That's just one of those that's gonna be deceived by many false prophets.
Man, King, let me get one. Let me get one real quick.
Go ahead.
Titus 2:11 through 13. We have to, man, these strong. Hey, when you meditate on nothing but wickedness, the Lord will give you over to nothing but wickedness. It's going to manifest throughout your life on a day-to-day basis. So if you don't have the Most High with you for him to guide you, you will be guided into none but mischief. None but mischief, madness, and total chaos. And look at our younger generation. It's getting worse and worse every time you open your phone. And you know a lot of our people stay on their phone. So every time you look on the phone, it's something going on. Go ahead, King.
The book of Titus chapter 2 verse 11. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness.
And teaching what?
Denying ungodliness.
Denying ungodliness.
And worldly lust.
And worldly lust, what our people love the most.
We should live soberly.
We supposed to live soberly.
Righteously.
And righteously.
And godly.
And godly.
In the presence of the world.
In the presence of the world. That's right. Go ahead, King.
Go back to Matthew 24. You can start at verse 15.
The book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 15.
14.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
And this gospel, which gospel? This gospel.
That's
the
right.
gospel of the truth.
That's
in
right.
all the world. Read.
For a witness unto all nations.
Well, a witness to witness of all nations, to witness what? That we're the truth, that we're the Israelites, we're the people of God. We must come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments in order for things to go back right and be saved. And what?
And then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come. Okay, we just read something. He said when this gospel is preached, right?
Bring it out, King.
So, how long has Christianity been in the earth?
Oh my gosh.
Well, how is Christianity everywhere?
Everywhere.
I mean, am I tripping? Christianity is literally white Jesus is everywhere, even in Africa. When you go to Africa, they got white Jesus everywhere. All the way down in Brazil, on islands, everywhere.
Puerto
Why
Rico,
haven't the
everywhere.
end came? Why is it? The Chinese got the white Jesus now.
And they celebrating Christmas.
Why all of a sudden, when the Israelites, when this gospel started rising up in the earth, now you hear wars, rumors of wars, famine, the vax.
So as soon as the Israelites wake up, all hell break loose.
Why now, when we wake up to the truth now, right? Why now all of a sudden now that
on the end everything.
the end is coming? Like all of this is coming to the end now. Now you got this it's coming. Like I remember hearing about the chip back in the 90s.
Yeah,
I remember hearing about the chip back in the 90s. The truth wasn't that big then, though. I was hearing about it in the 90s. It was real subtle. People didn't know. I was terrified. I remember my mama reading it to us. Oh, people going to be getting a chip out of mark of the beast, blah, 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 and all these things. But that was back in the 90s.
Bro.
Man, don't you know today, man, like this is a reality. At first, I was just thinking, man, who gonna accept this? I'm like, who gonna get a mark? Who gonna put a chip in it? Who gonna do this?
I was just talking about this, like how
who
do
gonna
they
do
really
this?
think that this is gonna implement and play out in America?
It's crazy, bro. I'm thinking like I'm in the 90s as a child. I'm like, man, who's gonna do this? Who gonna be the idiot that's gonna put the symbol of the devil in their hand? Who's gonna be the idiot to do this? But when you look at it now, the mindsets of people, they don't believe in the Bible. Yeah. The scripture said the love of many will wax cold. These people don't believe in God. They don't believe. These people don't believe in keeping on commandments.
They believe in themselves.
These people don't care about no commandments. They don't care about no scriptures. They don't care. The world does not care, bro. Read that again, Op.
The book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 14.
Read.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world
This gospel will be preached in all the world
for a witness unto all nations.
for a witness to all nations. How we know that it's talking about this truth? Because what were the Christian church witnesses of? What were they witnessing?
Nothing.
How are the Jehovah's Witness? Who are they witnessing for? They're not the witness. They're not. We are the witnesses.
That's right.
Read.
And then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come. Verse 15.
And when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation,
When you see the abomination of desolation,
spoken of by Daniel the
spoken
prophet,
of by the prophet of Daniel the prophet of God. Read.
stand in the holy place.
Stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth,
Whoso readeth,
let him understand. Whosoever readeth, let him understand. Drop down to verse. No, keep going. Just start from verse. Go ahead, keep going. Verse 16.
Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Israel is a people before a place. When you see all this happening, flee unto the mountains, go into the wilderness. Read.
Right.
Let him which is on the housetop
And when you find yourself on the housetop, because there's gonna be a time where you're gonna be looking for Christ, where it's gonna be dire situation. You're gonna be on
That's
your
right.
housetop. What he's gonna say?
not come down to take anything out of the house.
Don't come down and take nothing out of the house, because you might just miss. They're coming. You might just
That's
miss
right.
your time. Read.
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
When you in the field, when you out, when you in the job, this is like when you on your job, right?
And all hell break
and
loose.
Christ comes back. When you on your job, what you gonna do? Oh man, let me go
home.
I forgot something back at the house.
Hey, I forgot my old picture.
Right. I need to get my favorite hat.
I got a souvenir.
Right. Oh, man. My kids. What about my kids? I remember we was having a conversation. We like, when Christ come back and he's like, he's coming to get you right now. Would you turn and go back for your kids?
No.
No.
That's like the story
No.
when Christ told somebody to walk when he said, let me go holler about mom and daddy first or whatever.
Right.
That's
yeah.
right.
Then he said, nah, you're not worthy of following
That's
me.
right.
Yeah, so, you're not, because you're supposed to have faith that Christ is actually going to get your whole family anyway. So why would you go back for them?
Right.
You going to miss your calling. Don't miss your calling. Read. Verse 19.
Verse 19. And woe unto them that are with child,
Woe unto them that are with child. Destruction unto them that are with child.
and to them that give suck in those
And then
days.
to them that give suck in those days. So pregnant women with little babies and stuff like that, it's going to be very bad. Why? Because they're already talking about a shortage of milk. And why? They're causing the shortage. It
That's
ain't,
right.
It ain't the fact that it is a shortage. It's the fact that they're causing the shortage.
And they actually want to see people's
Population
reaction.
tailoring. They call it population control.
Yeah,
That's what they call, because they want to kill your baby. They want to do that.
Exactly. Especially our baby, because we making the most.
Especially us.
And that was their whole point of attacking the milk.
Right. Read.
Well, pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
Pray that your flight be not in the winter or
23.
nor on the Sabbath day. Read.
Hey, look, hold on, King. That right there, it's just let you know right there that the Most High, Christ don't even know what day it's going to be. He said pray that it'll be on the Sabbath.
Right.
He don't even know when it's going to be.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
Right. Verse 21.
Verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation,
But then shall be great tribulation in the earth. Read.
such as was not since the beginning of the world.
So this
to
is how we know
time.
that this has never happened before, because he said this is gonna be this time is gonna happen that ain't never happened in the
It's
earth.
the only thing that's gonna
This
be
is
doing to the
future
sun.
prophecy, right? Because I know when we read up a couple verses up when they said let them in Judea flee to the mountains, people might think that's talking about 70 A.D.
That's right. That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Now there could be scriptures are twofold.
Twofold,
That would be
but-
talking about 70 AD. But
Yeah.
but he just said this time right here is gonna be like a time that ain't never happened in the earth before.
And
Nowhere in history have we seen this evil on this level in the earth. Nowhere in history. So this is future. Read.
No, nor ever shall be.
Nor shall ever, and even after that, there's not going to be anything like this to ever even happen again. This is also let you further clarification. This is future prophecy. Read.
And except those days
And except those days, what?
should be shortened.
If those days don't be shortened, what?
There should no flesh be saved.
If the Most High don't shorten those, it's gonna be so bad. If the Most High don't shorten those days, ain't no flesh gonna be saved. What are we talking about? We talking about the end of all things. We're talking about the end of an age.
Right.
End time prophecy. We're talking about what nukes are gonna be going off like nothing, like regular bullets being shot in the air. Nukes gonna be going off, man. That's gonna be causing major destruction in the earth, bro. Read.
But for the elect's sake,
Because of our sakes, the elect, Bahashim Hamashiach Yahushua, prayerfully that we are counted for in that number, prayerfully, not because we don't know, carefully that we are counted as one of the elect in those days. We pray that we are one of those elect.
That's right,
Read.
King.
but for the elect's sake,
Before the elect's sake,
those days shall be shortened.
that because of the elect, those days will be shortened. Read.
Then if any man should say unto you,
If any man shall say unto you,
lo, here's Christ,
here's Christ,
or there,
here's the white, here's Caesar Borgia, in there, read,
believe it not.
don't believe it. Because you're going to see a lot of people walking around talking about their Christ.
That's right.
There's a group of people right now, Negroes, talking about he's Christ on the earth right now. Wickedness, man. Blasphemy, bro.
Hey, and
That's
that's
ridiculous.
That's that strong delusion that the Most High gave over to him.
Yeah. Blasphemy, man. That's I mean, how could you why would you even want to be on it? Never mind. Verse 24, read.
For there shall rise false Christ.
Because we know this is going to happen anyway. The scriptures done told us. Christ said there's going to be many false Christs. Said there shall arise false Christ. Read.
And false prophets.
And with those false Christs going to be false prophets. Read.
And shall show great signs and wonders.
They're going to show great signs and wonders. What? Like who? Like Esau. What is the great sign, the greatest sign and wonder that he showed in the earth? Was his nuclear weaponry. That's a great sign and wonder in the earth.
Even with Japan showing their homemade sun.
Right, their homemade, all of these things, their high-powered supersonic jets and stuff like that. These are great signs and wonders. When Babylon first dropped the nuke on Japan, everybody else, they bowed down. They said, we ain't never saw this in the earth before. We ain't never saw this. It's a great sign and wonder.
They were terrified of Esau. They were terrified.
Breathe.
And so much that.
And so much that what?
If it were possible.
If it were possible, what?
They shall deceive the very elect.
It's gonna be so convincing, right? It's gonna be so convincing that if it were possible, they will be able to deceive the very elect. So, brothers in the so basically people if it were possible though. That's good to say if it were possible, but it's not so though.
That's right.
Read.
Behold, I have told you before.
He said, I have told you before. What did he say?
Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert.
Behold, he is in the desert.
Go not forth.
Go not forth.
Behold, he is in the secret chambers.
He is in secret chambers.
Believe it not.
Believe it not. Why?
For as the lightning cometh out of the east,
For as the lightning come out of the east,
and shineth even unto the west,
read.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
That's how it's going to be. In the
That's
latter
right.
days, said, as it was in the east, said, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right.
That's what he said, man. But in those days, man, it's going to be great, man.
And the Most High is the Most High is putting the movie right in our face. He's giving us all the signs. He gave us the articles right here. These are the oracles right here that we have to prepare ourselves for these times. This is what we have to understand is Israel. It's almost that time. It's high time that we wake up out of this evil kingdom. And we have to understand this. Matter of fact, King, let me get Job 9:24. Because the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. We have to understand that this earth is wicked. This is not nothing. First and foremost, this is not our homeland. We have to understand that we've been confounded to act out the ways of America, but these are not our customs. Go ahead, Ken. You got that?
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The what has been given?
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The hands of the wicked. Go ahead.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
And we all know Esau whitewashed Yahushua. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We all know about the whitewashing. If you live in 2022, you have to know that Christ is a so-called black man. He's a Israelite, a Jew according to the scriptures. Go ahead, King.
If not, where and who is he?
If not, who and where is he? Where is this other man? What is these? Name me any nation that's above Esau.
That's wicked.
As wicked and perverted as Esau. Now you know you got Moab, they like they dogs, but Esau is the most perverted, profane. He like your woman, your dog, and your children. You can't have his wicked ass around you for nothing.
He don't just eat the dog, he make love to him too.
He made love to the dog. He might shave the dog and take the dog on a walk to the beach.
Sick.
Esau is the wicked of the earth. King, let me get one more second. Esdras 6 and 9, because we have to understand that there are several precepts describing this wicked ass devil as being the wicked of the earth, and we have to understand that he is not a so-called white man. Our Christ looked just like us. We come from the same bloodline, the same lineage. This is our heritage. This is not a so-called cool thing. This is not a cult. This is a way of life.
Come on.
You got that, King?
The book of 2 Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9.
Bring it out.
For Esau is the end of the world.
And as you see, Esau is the end of the world. This world coming to an end. Go ahead, King.
And Jacob is the beginner of that follows.
And Jacob, which is the nation of Israel, we are the beginning that followeth. Go ahead, King.
Go back to.
No, yeah, you just sit on that.
Go to Matthew's. Go back to Matthew's 24. I'm gonna go end it on there.
Come on.
31. Go to verse 30.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 30.
Read.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, the Mashiach, have a shot, read.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
When they see Christ, this black man gonna come in out, crack the sky, said the earth is gonna mourn, read.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds.
They shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds
of heaven.
With what?
Power and great glory.
Power and great glory. I mean, when he meets you, he's gonna meet them as a man, like he was. He's gonna be a God in the earth. Verse 31.
King, and that debunks that the earth is round. The earth is flat. Everybody on the entire face of the earth will see a Mashiach all at once. Not. He gonna be on one side for about 20 minutes.
He gonna be over there.
Then he go to west, and man, cut it out.
Well, also here's the thing too, because it's twofold, right? Because
Come on, King.
Why we live in future time?
That's
How
right.
everybody
That's
gonna
right.
also see him? Media.
That's right.
We got media. We have like right now we can stream something and billions of people can see it.
That's right.
You're gonna if you seen
the holograms.
Yeah, if you seen that movie what's that movie Man of Steel. When Zod came to Earth, when Zod, it's a scene. Oh man, I wish I could get it. When Zod came,
when they used their witchcraft.
Yeah, it was a scene in there where they interrupted all the broadcasting, and he was like, "Look, there's one among you. Y'all know who he is. He looked like you, but he ain't one of you." Yes,
The Man of Steel.
that movie. The movie called Man of Steel. By Zack Snyder.
Esau know these prophecies.
By Zack Snyder, man of Steel. That movie bad, bro. That movie got a lot of hidden messages in it, bro. Superman actually was the coon in that movie.
That's right.
He was the coon. Yeah, if you can find it. If you can find that scene when it's in the movie Man of Steel when Zod came to Earth, right? When they first came, they knew aliens or outer space visitors was coming. What they did was they interrupted all the media outlets on the whole. Like right now, imagine these TV screens just came on and there was some blurred lines and you heard a voice coming through there. You can't do nothing to stop it now. Is it no matter where you at, walking on the street, on your phone, anywhere, everybody got this message. They like everybody on the whole planet got the message. He's like, look. One of ours is among you, living among you right now. And everybody saw it. They was in coffee shops. They was everywhere, all over the earth.
You made me recap on that. Yeah,
you might be asking yourself, can you actually create high-quality live streams for free? Well,
hey, you gonna make me go back and watch that movie. I remember them details, but I need to go back. Now that I'm in this truth and understand
Does anybody know where we keep the toner cartridges?
Did you pull it up?
It depends on which scene.
That's it right there. That was I remember probably when everything started going chaos.
Let me see. Go to, let me see. Yeah, I'm finna Google it now.
Man, they're gonna be a great example too. Because Esau real crafty with his devices, man. He gonna make it seem like it's Yahweh Shai and it's not.
Yeah, man.
Man, just imagine when he try to. Hey, we gonna already know, like, no, and everybody gonna be like, this, it was him. Hey, you gotta run so fast away from them people that's like that. I'm talking about, man, so fast, bro. You ready?
What's going on? It's all over the news. You gotta see this.
I think this is it, right? But that was a cold scene, bro.
Con.
I know you're him.
Samaritan's dead.
I don't believe you! How come you hate who you are?
Good and bad and everybody. It's up to you to make the right choice. So Bruce Lee.
He gonna play it right there.
We got the same one.
Yeah, give it to him so he can.
Is that it?
More likely this is it. Yes. Yup, this is it right here. This is the scene.
Let me see what you got typed in.
Zaz, man, yep, that's it. That's it.
That's it. Zah's message. Everybody got the message. Like all over the planet. Like they're watching it all over the world. Like it was crazy how they did it. It's like it was an interference. That's how all eyes are gonna see him. Yeah, the ad is still playing. It should be ending in a minute. It should be ending.
Lucidchart makes intelligent diagramming easy and helps your best ideas become real.
There you go. That's it right there.
Does anybody know where we keep the toner cartridges? What's going on? It's all over the news. You gotta see this.
Can they see that on here?
Connection.
Clark!
Come.
Yeah. Coming.
Now in this scene, this the scene now. Everybody's seeing, all the eyes are seeing this spaceship. They're the Kryptonians, right? These are Chaldeans people. Now they finna send a message. Everybody is, all the interference of the TV, all the stations are gonna be completely interrupted. He finna send a message. Zod finna start talking to the people over the airwaves. They can't even stop it.
You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. No. You are not alone. You are not alone. No. We are not alone.
Yes, what's going on? It's all over the news. You gotta see this.
Esta Clay Chenao Timi Hago Clay Chenao Timi Hago.
It's coming in on the RSS feeds.
You are not alone.
It's on my phone, too.
My name is General Zod. I come from a world far from yours. I have journeyed across an ocean of stars to reach you. For some time, your world has sheltered one of my citizens. I request that you return this individual to my custody. For reasons unknown, he has chosen to keep his existence a secret from you. He will have made efforts to blend in. He will look like you, but he is not one of you. To those of you who may know of his current location,